Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to have more cool comic book slash film slash story discussion fun. This such topic will be about great singer Naomi Raine. Yes, and I will also be comparing power levels of Naomi Raine in terms of her excellence and greatness in the music genres, particularly that of gospel music, traditional gospel, contemporary gospel. So she's immersed in gospel, in other words. And she, of course, recorded music incorporating and ingratiating many different types of styles and genres of gospel. Yes, folks, gospel music is made up of genres within itself, just like rock and roll has genres within it, just like rap has genres within it. That means different types of that music. And of course, we could go with blues, jazz, soul, pop contemporary, and etc. Okay, with Naomi, originally she started off immersed in gospel music heavily because both of her parents were musical coaches or something like that. So they were immersed heavily in gospel music. So of course they had great influence over their daughter that way, but she didn't have a problem with it because she was singing at an early age, which was 2. And it is said that she started writing songs at age 7, if you could believe that. So she might have wrote a million songs by now. And her songs are categorized and characterized in terms of the years she wrote them. Okay, so early on, she started singing in the church. She was far from being a great, sensational, epic singer, gospel extraordinaire because she was starting off. So, she continued on as a singer into her teens. And then she started recording EPs or singles. She recorded quite a few of them. And then she got reasonable amounts of fame, but not as close as she would come not as close as she would come to immense fame until she would join the immense, powerful singing gospel collective of performers called the Maverick Music something, or has to do with the Maverick Music singers or groups, something like that. It's an immensely famous collective. It's not a traditional gospel group made up of 5 members, but instead is made up of a whole collective. So that collective might consist of, say, 10 or 15 people. And in their collective, in that group, they wrote a lot of songs and recorded a lot of songs, released a lot of songs in a short period of time because they had genius songwriters in that collective, like Naomi, of course. And she could write a million songs because while in the group, she was writing singles, hits. She was writing her own solo projects while she was writing group projects at the same time. So that collective they would commit a certain amount of songs to release the group album, and then they would commit songs to their own projects. And they wrote a lot of songs because the group released over 30 albums and different singles. They released collaboration projects and everything, live albums. So they released a lot of stuff in a short period of time. And we're talking about multiple gospel winning hits, singles, and every type of musical award show award. This group amassed many awards. And Naomi, like the group, even got Billboard Music Awards because obviously their songs was crossing over because apparently her blending of the sounds was incredible. So they accomplished a lot with her as a lead vocalist, but it said that group rotated its vocal arrangements where they had many vocalists. Okay, so she was in the group and she technically didn't quit the group with her. Some artists that belong to a group or a collective, they would leave the collective and then start their solo career. but all the members in this collective had solo careers and group careers at the same time. So, and you would have to be an incredibly genius songwriter to be able to write that many songs, where you could just write songs for the group and your albums, particularly, and not get tired. Well, she did that well. Okay, Naomi eventually, of course, left the group, I believe, in 2025 because she went into full-on ministry. This is her power levels comparable now. It is said that Naomi is a powerful minister, preacher, and along with being an amazing singer, songwriter, stage performer, and that is something she's immensely great at too, as far as a powerful stage performer, because they said she doesn't give you just an ordinary musical show. She makes a huge spiritual connection with the listeners of her music. So those live albums must have been amazing too. Of course, she's an incredible, powerful songwriter, capable of writing, hundreds of songs just like that. Amazing. And she's a powerful characterization of a high standard, top tier person of excellence in terms of a good person, a quality. She may have made mistakes in life like everybody does, or a lot of people does, but she's not a bad person, because it is said that she felt isolated from the musical industry for a while when she got teenage pregnant. She got pregnant as a teenager out of wedlock. So she had to go leave the music industry, because in terms of the gospel music industry, she could have crossed over into R&B after that, but she stuck with gospel, which was her true calling. All right, folks, let me know how you feel about this one.